So we are here in West Texas, looking at an entire estate of airplanes. Got a hold of the guy, found the ad on Facebook Marketplace for a bunch of these airplanes, and I said, hey, what would the possibilities of just maybe making an offer on everything? We're gonna see just what's here, if we can buy everything. And then my goal with that, there's a lot of smaller airplanes in this grouping of things. If we can buy all these airplanes and then sell them to then eventually get one airplane for free out of this deal, specifically for Silas, that would be fantastic. And yeah, we're out here taking a peek at what they got. So this is pretty awesome. This is fantastic. Yeah, like a windsock. Apparently, this is a runway right here.
This is when it was first, the guy that first built it, whatever his name was, Lewis, I think is maybe the guy that built it originally.
Okay. And it's a wood, is that right? Wood frame over
Steel and wood? Yeah, or aluminum and wood, I guess.
something. With some Huffy bicycle tires. We're ready to go.
Yeah, and he,
Oh, there he is. That's the guy who built it?
that's the guy that started, yes, sir.
And then your dad bought it from him and then
Bought
finished
from
it?
him, yeah, and finished it out. I don't,
Oh, and then is this when it was finally finished?
that's at that guy's place.
Is that one of the 2-cylinder Volkswagen
It's a
halves,
four.
or
It's
it
a
is?
four.
It is a 4-cylinder Volkswagen one.
Mm-hmm. I've never been a fan of Volkswagens, but
Yeah, I'm learning. Well, and you're the pilot, right? Of the
allegedly,
I
I know how to fly. I don't know
three.
if I'm a
We're
pilot, yeah. Out of the three of us, yes.
okay, yeah. So that's my first aha into the airplane world. Is they're all basically Volkswagen engines.
Yeah.
And
I like Continentals a lot
1940s.
better than Volkswagens.
Yeah. I'm kind of partial to Lycoming myself.
Yeah.
So what is this airplane?
An SE5.
SE5 Dusty, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's and I'm betting the last time he flew this was probably 10 years ago, if I had to guess. It may be 12, I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, it looks, fairly clean. Doesn't look all butchered up. I mean, all the flight controls, they're not ratted out and stuff. I mean, there's a few holes in, like, over there and a couple spots, but all right, I'm gonna see if the controls will move. All right, let's see. Well, needs a little WD-40. Still move though. What is that thing back there?
The saw blade?
No, well, it's saw blade too, but the ultralight. Oh, and those are the wings on the. What?
And I can't think of the dang name of what this one was, but he built it and he did not like it. I think he flipped it on his back. He didn't like the balance or something, but he literally spent the time, got it going, tried to fly it once or twice and everything, and then he's like, he said it was a death trap.
Yeah.
Make good yard art anyway.
Yeah, there you go. Did you guys see this other plane back here? Oh, that's crazy.
He was really good about getting a whole lot of stuff in a real small area.
Yeah. So the red, white, and blue wings go to this little tricycle pod thing over here. What the? See now, like, you gotta be half nuts to fly one of those things. I mean, you gotta be nuts to fly some of these things, but those and gyros or Euros, as I call them.
The gyrocopters?
Yeah, just make up your mind. Are you a helicopter or an airplane?
Yeah.
You may not know this, but to fly that airplane back there, it looks like it's a Part 103. You don't even need a license. You don't even need any training. It's basically just some guys had some beers one night and like, hey,
We've been light enough, we can go.
That's the old thing. You just jump it off of the roof. Hey, we got that lawnmower over there. I think we stick a big enough fan on the back of that thing. We can make this happen.
Full send, yeah.
Hold my beer,
Hold
watch
my beer
this.
and watch this.
That's exactly how that happened. Oh man, so you mind if I pull the
Yeah, you can pull
the Levi's off of the propeller?
the
Those are vintage.
the high dollar product.
I was gonna say these pants now are probably worth more than the airplane. Because they're open trails. What size are they? They fit me? Oh, that is cool.
So the guy that did that prop is out in West Texas. That's where that one comes from, if memory serves.
Mm-hmm. That's your, and you know, the smiley face, of course. So we got the old is it an updraft? Yeah. Updraft Volkswagen. The Volkswagen. That thing, what the heck is that thing? It's got like a barn door on it. This is the biggest. Is that actually a door? Oh, the door's over there. What is this thing? What'd you say it was? Oh.
The fiberglass? That's a stallion?
A stallion. And I'm assuming a 4-seater by as big as it is?
Yeah, it's a 4 for sure.
And then is there a like a 550 or 520 that's supposed to go on the front of it or something?
No, 540.
Oh, like homing.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
what I think they were going to put in it.
good size engine on the front.
Motor, obviously with it,
Cool. Neato. All right. Lead on. And this is the first of several. And what is this one again? Oh, so this is the Jenny one. Now this is the like a scaled down version of the actual Jenny.
3/4 or a 7/8.
Yeah.
3/4 maybe is what it is.
And which engine is in this one?
It's got a Rotex in it. Joel's got all the logs on it.
Okay, so this one is the one with the Rotax. And I'm sorry, Jerry? Is that?
Jerry.
Yeah, so he was the one who built this one?
He's the one who put this one together. I don't know exactly what stage this one came in. Like I said, typically he bought stuff that was not completed or not flown or something like that, and then finished them out or did whatever with them. So
Okay. 1992. Oh, and then that's when he got it, and it finished up in 04. 93 octane. Yeah, he flew this one quite a bit, didn't he?
yeah, he
Yeah.
This one. Yeah, it's like a morning like right now is when he would go fly this one.
Yeah. 07, 09. Yeah, boys, you just keep it simple on this. Airspeed and altitude. And that's it. Wow. Yeah, I mean, controls are still moving. That's pretty cool. The material on this one actually still looks in pretty decent shape. Whew. I don't think it's going to take that much to get that Jenny flying again. I think everything on it looked pretty good. Uses regular pump gas, so cheap operating on that thing. It's pretty cool. The one up there, the first one, whatever that thing was called, that one I think is going to need a little bit of work to get flying again. Probably need some duct tape on that one. And we haven't even seen the rest of these, so I think that they're just getting better and better. Oh, this one, okay, so this is the Luscombe right here, right?
46 8A ragwing.
Okay.
This is or was his only certified airplane.
All right, and is it metallized?
Aluminum, the fabric on the wings.
Okay, very cool.
It's got a 65 in it, Continental.
All right.
And it's high. I'm gonna say this one's high time. I don't know that I don't know the exact number on it, but I'm betting it's probably getting close to being timed out. Yeah. He wanted to take the motor off my Cub and put it on here, and I told him no.
They all. Have you ever noticed that all these old airplanes smell like old cars?
100%.
That's Chevy.
And it's been that. It is literally that same smell.
That smells like a Chevy. That's an old like 55 Chevy is what that smells like.
It's smelled that way literally since day one.
Oh yeah.
He bought it and it had I don't remember if it was the right wing that was. They had ground looped it and tore up the right wing, so I think they had to recover it. And it was beige before, and then he painted it brown over the beige.
Ooh, and you got the old Honda, whatever thing is, the ST 1100.
I don't know what he was thinking with that.
No, that's going to be the engine for that other airplane.
That could be.
That's what I'm talking about. That was his Top Gun day.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Now, how long has it been since this one has flown?
A little over 2 years.
Okay, so not too terribly.
I drained all the fuel in this one. It's got avgas in it, and I started 5-6 months ago, something like that.
Okay.
I mean, we can roll it out a little later if you want and fire it up or whatever. I mean,
is this a hand prop?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's fun.
No electric.
You just grab it and man up on that thing. And don't get your fingers in the way.
Before I started talking to you and everything, we're about to take it down there and get a fresh annual due.
Oh, this is the one you were talking about changing out a couple of the brakes or something.
Yeah, I was looking at the Cleveland brakes for it instead of the shin brakes. Wanted to redo the mags.
Where's your sense of adventure with a bicycle cable? And
every time you touch them, you got to go readjust them.
Why are you using the brakes?
Well, that was Dad's why.
They just slow you down.
Yeah. The wheel pants are here for this somewhere. He hadn't had them on since, I don't know, 20 years.
This one's pretty clean. And the heel brakes down there, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That other wood spar over there is one that he picked up from Delaware when he was building that first 2-seat Mustang.
Uh-huh.
A guy had started on that, but he dug into it and looked, and there was something about the lamination that he didn't like on this one.
Well, I was going to say, it looks like a jig to make the spar. It doesn't. Ooh, that's sketchy. Some Home Depot Class D plywood. Which I learned that the Spruce Goose from Howard Hughes, the whole thing was made out of plywood. Yeah. The wings, fuselages, the ribs, everything, because the military wouldn't give them any aluminum from during the war stuff. And they hated him because they were just like, all right, you're a nut job, so no aluminum for you, but sure, we'll throw you some bucks.
Now I think there's some more stuff over in the back of the hangar over here. There's a couple extra 65 Continentals that are underneath them tarps for.
Is that what's under here?
Yeah, they're timed out and everything.
For like core changes or something.
I'm presuming he was gonna.
Extra tires and wheels for one of those planes.
That would have been for a horseless carriage that he built.
Oh, I don't want to get too deep into it, but okay. So these are the two Continental C85s, or
the 65s.
Yeah, for this and that Cub over there.
It was just spares that he picked up along the way. Yeah, I think everybody. I don't know how many hundreds of people he took for rides in this one, but everybody's got a story about going. If you wanted to go fly, he was all for it. So.
That's right. Heck yeah.
Yeah, we fly to Hondo when they had the cafe down there. We'd go on the weekends.
We used to fly to LaGrange to go eat.
Yeah. Well, he took me to Hondo, but they had Mickey Mouse pancakes, and that's where he would take me. He'd let me fly, and I'd just pull it back and just go up and then go into a dive. And that was my favorite thing to do in the plane.
Fun, get to zero G a little bit. Whoa. Oh, that's fantastic.
See, I don't know how many hours he's had, but out of all the airplanes, he flew this one a bunch. Yeah, I think out of like 1,600 sets of plans, That's the only two-seater that's ever flown out of those series of planes, and I think there's only another 6 single seats that have flown out of that set of planes, out of 1,800. So, hey,
it was just blueprints, right? And
yeah, you build everything.
it wasn't like a kit that he bought. It was just the blueprints.
Yeah, I don't know, he's got 10,000 pictures. Yeah, well, they built every gusset, every piece, laminate it, glue it all together.
I mean, that takes some perseverance, some dedication.
He was extremely hard-headed, yes.
Yeah, hard-headedness. Yes.
So there's a bunch of fuselages that were built, but when they get into the wings and to finish it out, I mean, I probably know a 25 or 30 around the U.S. They're just they're about 90%. Nobody ever. That's a long.
Well,
that's
last
dedicated.
10% that takes the 90%.
There ain't no doubt.
And to any project period, but let alone something as complicated as an airplane. Wow. Okay. All right. And then there's the yellow hanger over here.
Yeah. So my Cub J3 low time still doesn't have the stripe on it.
Okay.
It's got a leaking valve stem. That was all part of when I was gonna take that down there to annual it, get all that stuff done. So.
Perfect. And this is a two-seater?
Two-seater, yes, sir.
Okay, so walk me through what year Cub and what's the history on this thing?
It's a 46 J3 Cub. 65 is probably, it's less than 200 hours on the major overhaul on it. Chrome cylinders. No electric, hand prop.
Okay, throwing this one too. Okay, got the upgraded brakes. Are those the ones you want to put on the Luscombe?
It's a very similar kit, but yes, those are Cleveland. It's got the STC for that. The previous owner is the one that put those on there.
Yeah, this thing is fairly solid looking. And you put fuel in it up top? Or is it only here?
Right here.
Okay.
It's a 12 gallon. Yeah, these are pretty uneventful. Same motor it's identical motors in that Luscombe, and they have two complete different sounds the way this one splits. This one that sounds like a thrashing machine, and that Luscombe sounds so much smoother. And it's just because of the exhaust. It's the same motor.
That's super weird.
They sound completely different when they're idling or flying.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, this one, I mean, it is what it is, right? What, okay, got standard oil pressure, oil temp. Okay, got all your minimum gauges in it. Heel brakes. What's this right here on the floor?
Oh, that's the heel brakes for the back seat.
Oh, it's got backseat heel, or the rudder.
Oh,
no, wait.
So, rudder and heel brakes.
Oh, yeah, look at that. I'll be doggone.
Of course, you fly this from the back seat. Super Cubs from the front, obviously. You can see a little bit better, but these you're just kind of in the back seat as a passenger flying it.
And you wouldn't fly it from the front seat?
No, you can't in these. No.
Really?
The CG is out. No, you have to. This is
if it was single
by yourself is you have to be in the back.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. So let me just summarize and catch that. In this airplane, if you're by yourself, you have to fly it from the back seat, because if you were up here, it would be too nose heavy. Your center of gravity would be too far forward, and basically this thing would never get off the ground. Or if it would just go and nose over on you, which that would not be a good day. Interesting. Oh yeah, because your fuel's up. The whole airplane is up here, except for the wing and that bit of tail. Yeah. Wow.
If you do weight and balance on here, 280-pound pilots with a full load of fuel, technically it's not supposed to fly. It's just there's not much.
So me and you and about 5 gallons of fuel is what we're gonna get in that thing.
It will fly. Obviously, but it's definitely not going to climb. But anything over an 80-degree day.
Well, now I had heard that a lot of these were upgraded with an 85 horse.
They do have 85s. You can get them certified with not change them to experimental and put 85s in them. And they're a much better airplane.
Mm-hmm. And this is still the original 65 horse,
That is
right?
the original 65 in this one. Yes, sir.
All right. Man, this is neat. This is some cool stuff. Okay.
It's not much, yeah, this is kind of like a Model A. They don't get much more simple than these.
You got that right. Awesome. All right, okay. And then I noticed the
That N3 pup?
the little brother of this thing.
He did this one, when was it? A couple years before he passed away. Just turned every piece of it.
It's literally just take, even that is a small airplane, and shrink it by
They just scaled it down.
60%.
So they have a pup and a kitten. They're very similar, but yeah, this one is basically brand new.
So what, like, it's experimental, right? Obviously. And the engine is this?
This is another Rotax in this one, I believe.
They took a snowmobile engine, a 2-cylinder snow machine engine.
He always had this one was very touchy on the starting or whatever. He didn't like how,
Is it 4-stroke?
2-stroke.
But he's got the chrome K&N filter on here, which makes it go 10 mile an hour faster.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Got a little bling on it.
That's right. And just a tiny propeller, composite propeller too. Man.
I don't know exactly where he picked that up from either, the engine or the...
Look how tiny this thing is.
You got to go outside to change your mind.
Makes you just feel like a bigger person when you stand next to this.
My dad was about 6'2" or 6'3" and probably weighed 250, and I mean, it would pull him around, so.
And it would cart him around?
Mm-hmm.
How the heck, you gotta crawl to get in this thing. Is that all right if I climb in?
Get after it.
All right. Oh, good Lord. Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. It's even got a snowmobile pull start in here.
Yes. So when it dies in the air, you don't have to climb out to prop it again.
And give it one of them. Huh. Well, look at that. Oh, and the choke. Yeah, okay. Now, could you imagine flying this sucker all the way from here to Florida?
Take you about 6 months.
I was thinking, make sure you got a tailwind.
Yes.
You have a headwind, you fly backwards. This one is definitely bigger than an ultralight, so it'd be a light sport type of.
Correct. It's got to be under the 1325, right?
For light sport?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
whatever the things are. That is pretty neat. Well, I got to tell you, I've looked at a lot of, abandoned like airplanes and stuff like that, and these are probably in the best condition of just about all of them that I've came across. So you could tell that he really loved them and was always messing with all of them. Oh yeah, he's got frames up there too. Holy cow!
Ultralight that's up there by that SE5. That's the tail section for it. The tail.
Oh
feather.
yeah, okay, the little tricycle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Some radios. This is the first stack of radios I've seen in any of the planes. Did any of them even have radios?
The Mustangs did.
But the Cub and the Luscombe, none of those have radios, right?
He was not a big fan of talking to the tower.
Yeah, you just bring your hand.
Controlled airports, yeah. He was. So I think all that come out of that single seat Mustang.
Okay.
The other guy was started building and he finished the one that's down in Hondo. They had a bunch of electronics in there. They had an oxygen set up. That guy had pretty big plans and then never
wow.
finished it. Dad pulled all that stuff out. So.
Yeah. Wow. Pretty neat stuff.
And I think there's another.
Yeah, they handheld radio ones too. They used to carry around in the
Yeah.
just in case.
Silas keeps telling me to look in here. What am I going to find?
Well, it's just I don't know.
It's a bathroom. Oh, holy cow. I know, I was going to say you'd come in here and never come back out. Somebody like some Warbirds, some Mustangs. This is where he'd do all of his thinking. He'd sit in here. I mean, I can see why. It's the warmest room in the house, too. Excuse me, guys. Got to go plan something here. Oh, yeah, there's the Ginny there. This is the original one there. If my memory serves me right, Orville Wright was one of the main guys with the Ginny. Is that correct?
Was it? I'm not aware of that. I don't know.
Okay, because I thought when I was doing a quick bit of research on it, the Ginny, the real one, Orville Wright was either one of the developers or he
Had a big piece in it.
had a big piece in that airplane.
Interesting.
And now one of the Wright brothers, I think they crashed and died in an airplane of some sort. I don't remember which one it was.
I don't know.
But there you go. I'm sure in the comments you guys will update me on who that was and what that is. Well, so your dad, he was never military or anything, was he?
So he was in the Navy for 2.5 years. He was a mechanic. I guess about 2.5, wasn't it? 2.5 or 3. He's on 3 different carriers. The Lexington, which is down here in Corpus, that they made a museum out of it. He was on that one. The Lexington, the Essex, and was it the Roosevelt? That was the first nuclear-powered one. That was the last one he was on. So.
And he was on all 3 of those in 2 years?
2.5 years. Yeah.
Jeez. And where did his love of aviation come from?
I don't have a clue. Maybe that's the reason why he went in the Navy in the first place. He always liked airplanes. I don't know where that is from. He took it definitely to a different level.
Yeah. So these are the plans from where he... Now, did he build that Mustang? Or did he buy it as a almost finished project and then finish it?
No, he did over 51%.
That's for that mall, isn't it? Or the...
That's that stallion.
Yeah, the Stallion. There you go. Oh, yeah. That is a weird looking airplane. You did mention that you might be able to drag the Luscombe out and see if it would fire up.
Yeah, we can do that, sure.
So this is the runway here then, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How far are you going with it?
I want to go a little bit.
Just gotta fire this sucker up right here inside the hangar. I don't see how anything can go wrong. Clear prop. How many throws do you think it's gonna take him to get it fired up? How many?
I think 10.
10? Okay. 3? Okay. 2? All right, how many do you think it's going to take you to fire it up?
Shouldn't be more than 4 blades, and it should go on 2. It should. But it's cold and ain't
All right,
started
what about you? How many do you think it's going to take him? 3, okay. 10 is the high, 2 is the optimist. Do you want me to get in, hold brakes, or?
No.
We're just going to
hopefully it'll
throw it?
Uh-oh. It's not good at all.
All right. Here, walk me through what the mags and the cutoff and all that stuff.
Being it's just cold. Barely cracked the throttle. Yeah, you can sit there if something, for some reason, in one direction.
Where's the brakes? Heel brakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably not adjusted, so it probably wouldn't work anyway.
That's all right. Oh, Lord of mercy, how you get up in this thing? Oh, how many is that? All right, here we go.
Of course.
Has it got a primer or?
Yeah. Typically when it's this cold.
Oh, it's full of primer, that's for sure. And this is your throttle here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Throttle lock.
Ain't even hitting.
It tried once.
Yeah. Made a liar out of me here.
And this is
Turn the mag off.
mags off. Does this need to get a couple pumps on the throttle?
No. It
Okay.
doesn't have a primer on it. Or there's no accelerator pump on that anyway.
We didn't flood it out of the exhaust or anything, did we?
Probably doesn't help that it's cold.
Mags are still off.
All right.
All right. Bless you.
All right, both mag.
Mags are hot. You want me to prime anything?
No, I want to see. I want to make sure I don't have it flooded here.
All right.
I've never in my life seen it do this. Yeah, prime it one time, and then leave it cracked.
Leave the primer cracked.
Yeah, pull it out just a little bit and leave it cracked.
All right.
If it does start, just go ahead and push a primer in.
Roger.
I don't know. We had to go start something else.
All right. Here's the magic touch. Give it a whirl.
Is it?
Aha! All right, stand by, clear. We need more fuel. There we go.
A little bit hot, yeah.
All right, there we go.
I don't want it to run away with me in there.
Roger.
That's a little bit much.
All right. Hey, there we go.
So about a half a shot on the primer.
Righto. Okay. All right, and the throttle's still there. Mags are hot.
Same place with the throttle, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think it just Needing some fuel. And that's just barely cracked on the throttle. Is there a carb heat or anything, or I don't know which ones? That's cabin over here. That's carb heat here? Yeah. Okay. All right, mags are hot. Ready? Oil's slowly coming up. It's cold. What was the oil pressure at with it off? Because it's only at about 10 psi on the gauge. Are you running 100-weight in it?
50,
Oh, there it goes. All right. All right, now it's running on its own. There we go. She just was cold. I think we're ready to fly it back to Florida. Bam. Fuel off.
So I think it needs
Mags
a,
off.
I think it needs a new gascolator.
Whew. Yeah. How the heck are you supposed to get out of this freaking thing? Like this and just roll out and fall out. Okay, just bail. It's always fun hearing life out of something.
I haven't heard that in years.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was like I said, that's what I grew up in, was this one. Normally we'd hear airplanes, we'd always run outside, and even the boys to this day, they'll still be like, oh, I hear an airplane, you know, is it Grandpa? Who is it?
Oh.
I was pregnant with Maverick. I was 9 weeks when my dad passed away. So maternity pictures of newborns we did, and then Mav on the back of it. And then I have some lights, and that's why I said we pulled it out and then pushed it back in there with flat tires. That was not fun trying to do. And so we did them out here on the runway.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
everything, so.
Wait, is his name Maverick?
It's-
His name
Yes.
is actually Maverick Ace?
His name is actually, so it was kind of just a nod to Dad because we didn't use his name. I'm
Wow.
not setting him up for anything big.
Yeah,
you know, but-
Maverick Ace. I mean, basically, if you don't do this, you're going to have to change your name.
Exactly. So, yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
This was not nearly as dramatic, and he's like, yeah, this one will start, blah, 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 and it fired right up. These are awesome. And that's just it. This was not near as dramatic as the other one.
No, it wasn't.
This was almost boring.
Yeah, it was.
Just go over and
Funner.
was he the grumpy old white guy?
Yes.
That's airplane guys, I'm
Yes.
telling you. I don't know what it is, but like the true older airplane guys, they're just grumpy old white guys.
That's what he was.
Not, you know, of course none of you watching this are that.
Right.
Most of you are. I've read some of the comments. I know who you are.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just grumpy old white guys.
Yeah, he was the of the generation that was like hi bye. There was no I love yous, none of the affection. But he's the one that did the happy heart day party.
That
We
is
came to
awesome.
visit. It was for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He never overstayed his welcome.
Never overstayed his
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah, he would come see us, or we'd come out here and he's like, all right, y'all good to go.
Jump a gun on you or what?
What? I didn't even get over here, and you're like, hey, by the way, it's running. What? Now you're just trying to show off, make up for that one, aren't you?
Yeah, this one I've started it definitely more than I have the last
This one was a lot more quiet, and that one over there had a bigger cackle. Now, it could have been because the exhaust, there's a gasket. Something is up with the exhaust on that one over there. Cracked or something?
It's got a rust hole in the lower right-hand side of it, so.
That's right, it's here in that.
That size your pinky.
Because what I was hoping to accomplish through all these things is he has decided that he wants to try to get his pilot's license.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah.
You can get that at 16, right?
Yeah, you can solo at 16. Yep. And so I was like, these are all lower horsepower airplanes, except for the Mustang is a little different beast altogether. But like this one and even that Luscombe, and this one in particular is fairly a gentle type of airplane to do some training with and things like that.
Yeah, they're pretty simple. If I was gonna start out my kid in one, I'd definitely do this before you go to the Luscombe. It's a lot more twitchy on the ground just because of narrow gear. But it's not bad. It just can't have lazy feet in it. This one here, you can be a little bit lazy, but the Luscombe, you do that and it'll bite you.
Right.
Pretty quick, so.
I figure we just throw him in that pup over there. And yeah.
Yeah, with you in there, I'm like a homesick angel.
Yeah. I don't know, Silas. What do you think? Would you, is this something, hop in this bad boy right here and give it a whirl?
Yeah.
We've seen the working airplanes that they have down here. I've heard that there's another building with another Mustang body kit in there that I didn't actually know about until we got here. So let's head up there and see what's inside at door number 3. Check that out. What the heck is that contraption? What on earth? Here, get all the way around this, show them what it is, and in the comments, if you guys have any earthly idea what this thing is, would love to know. Because it looks like it's got a sickle down there and something. I got no idea what this thing is. Comes that way. There's some weird, crazy stuff. Oh, we have more stuff.
Yeah, this, of course, he got into the one-lung engines for a while.
I was going to say, what is a one-lung engine? What is that?
That's they're pulling water pumps with them, grinding machines, just whatever.
They fire they set them to fire every 8.
So they have what they have what they call it's like a constant speed, and then one that has a hit and miss. So hit and run a while. Obviously, if they're loaded, they're hitting every single time. But yeah, he got into rebuilding all them and collecting them and stuff.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them over here.
There's another line underneath there. Rat hole in it.
And then we got.
There's the wings off of that plane that I don't know what is behind that Stallion. That first one we looked at, that gray one. It's got the motor off of it.
Yeah.
That's the wings and tail feathers for it.
Okay. That's the one that he didn't like flying.
That's the one he didn't like. He put it all together and he was pretty adamant about it. He did not like that one.
And what's all this? Is that the body work for the Mustang?
That's cowlings for the Mustangs. I'm presuming this one.
But yeah, because I guess this has still got a ways to go up front for the engine.
Another 7. Like that Ranger that's on that single seat that you're going to look at. The nose is a little bit longer on it than that one for that 2-seat.
Airplane in a barrel right here. Just takes this and a lot of tools and about 10 years of your life. And you too could have an airplane. They're not near as project-y as I thought some of them were. This airplane probably definitely is going to need some love before it flies. those that are in there and, you know, the other ones over there, I think they're going to be ready to go pretty easy. And then the first one that we looked at, that one is going to need some love. But honestly, these airplanes should fly pretty easily. So I think we scored on this one. We got a couple more to look at, and they're in a hangar, and I was told that they were flying. Again, I think this is the jackpot. So what was Dad like?
I think one thing I got from him, not intentionally, was just learning how to tinker with things, or like I was telling you earlier, just if I could YouTube it and learn how. Whereas he could probably just look at something, and I know Joel and Fred both are able to. They can look at something and be like, "Oh, you need this, that, and that, and we're gonna do this and fix it." Where I got a little bit from them. I think they got the majority, and they got to watch.
Anything from Grandpa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your love of collecting and hoarding things.
Yeah.
Now, okay, walk me through. Let's start with the biplane. This is...
So this is the one that I told you that the previous owner, they'd actually killed him in it. They did something, and so it has a, FAA considered it a total loss. So when you rebuild it back, and even though it's got 70 something hours flown off on it, it has a special certificate where it's for display and air shows only. So basically, it's a pain in the butt. They own this one. You have to send the FAA a list. I'm going to go to this air show.
It's
that
an exhibition.
Exhibition only, right?
And
And you don't have to go to any of them, and you can keep current, so you can fly it wherever you want. There's no limitation of range or what you can do with it or where you go with it. But it's a pain. You got to send them a list every year. So when we were advertising them, obviously we were telling everybody about that.
Mm-hmm.
But this was his last project that he had put together and was flying. And flying it pretty steady.
Okay. How long ago was the crash?
I'd have to go look at the logs. Might have been 10 years ago, 15.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's been a minute, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
think
not
it was
like
at least that long.
40 years ago.
No.
Okay, so this one, he was flying four-cylinder, I'm guessing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
four-cylinder. He's doing spins and rolls in it and loops and stuff
Oh,
like that.
so it's
yeah.
full aerobatic.
Oh, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
100%.
wow. So is this, it's not inverted. He might,
All positive.
yeah,
positive
okay,
G,
okay,
yeah.
because I'm like looking at the fuel system and stuff.
it's
I'm like, all positive G stuff.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, that's pretty neat.
But in his log, he's showing, go out and do 3-barrel rolls and a loop or whatever the case may be. I mean, he was logging all that. That's all on them
Sure.
for part of that. And this one's got full logs all the way back to when it was built. Same as like the Luscombe.
But this is an experimental.
It is.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I had a
And
lot
when
of,
was the last time this one was flown?
same time frame. It'd have been September, October 2020. The last airplane he flew was my Cub. That was probably about 3 weeks before he passed away.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And his flying cap?
Goes with it.
Wow, look at that. Now that is legit.
Try it on, see how it fits.
What do you think, boys?
Right size.
You can be a pilot or a biker, whichever way you wanted to go.
I don't know how the buckle on this thing goes. That's one of those. You just fly with them open.
It might get a little rough. It starts flapping on your ears.
We need the goggles. And now this is a fixed pitch prop on here.
No,
yeah?
it's constant speed.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that one is. Yeah, I don't think that's fixed. I think that's a
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it could be.
best I remember.
Got a little bit of movement in there.
That Ranger's only 250 horse, maybe.
And these are pretend. It's just 2x4 with some
No, I'm
pipes
wrong
put
about
on here.
that. This is fixed. The 2-seat is a constant speed. Sorry.
Okay. Now, does the back wheel on this one retract as well?
100%. Yes, sir.
Oh, it does.
And he was working. He's got the cow doors. He had them off for I don't know for what reason.
For the tail wheel?
No, for the mains. And the
That's right. Because
and
they would have
obviously the
been
back
down.
ones are off also because you would be able to see them right now.
Yeah, because I thought normally there'd be a thing that was down here. Okay, interesting. And this is all metal.
No,
What is this?
wood, spruce.
Even the outside is.
Oh, every bit.
Oh, because I saw like the spar underneath was wood.
Yeah, it's like that 1/16, 1/32 plywood and everything. You cross laminate it, change the grains on it. That's where it gets all the strength. I think the wings are rated +6, -3
That's crazy.
is what they're good for. That's in a perfect world, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
If you had a bad day laminating stuff together, maybe it's only +5.
I mean, there's all the switches and all the stuff in here, huh?
More complex.
Complex, yeah, than the other ones.
Yeah, 100% on that one.
Carb heat, there's your mixture. It's even got cow flaps. So the engine sits in there upside down, so your pistons and all that stuff are on the bottom instead of the top like every other engine on the planet. And these were specifically used for World War II fighter trainers, or just trainer airplanes for the military, because they were more efficient, they could handle abuse more. And he said that this one was a crate engine, which means never used, from World War II, one of the surplus engines. That's kind of neat. Oh yeah, right here you can see the spark plugs right there on the bottom. It's just so weird that they'd put it upside down.
Yeah. Low time.
Why would you put one of these engines upside down like that? I have no idea.
Yeah, this was definitely his pride and joy.
Jerry built this one from plans, blueprints, not a kit, not any of that stuff. He bought the blueprints and then
The material.
the materials.
A lot of plywood.
And how long did it take him to build this?
7.5 years. And that's
7.5
staying
years.
pretty steady. They say it's a 10-year project, but 7.5 is what he got it done in. So.
Man.
I don't know how many hours, but he work on it most of the day, maybe have to go drill a well to a little more money, and then eat dinner and then turn around and right back to the shop. And I mean, he was very, very steady at it. So
7.5 years. Now, is this one also the wood?
it's all wood.
The same same type of construction as
It's
that one?
identical. It's the same sets of plans and everything. That's just this one was scaled out to be a 2-seater, and that stayed as a 1. Remember the first piece? It was a gusset for something in the fuselage. It was, a little bitty triangle about yay big. That was the first piece that he had made for that. I remember that pretty vividly, or whatever. Yeah. So there's areas that there's no inspection covers anymore, or places that once you put the skin on you never see. There's all kinds of messages in there, like if you're reading this, it must have been pretty bad. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can't ever access unless it's broke, right? That's pretty common. You learn that from people building houses. They always sign studs, Plus, I'm guessing he's going a little bit stir crazy with all the time and everything, so maybe that helps pass the time some.
And you said this was a GM crate engine, right?
The GM ZZ4. It's a 355 horse 350, and then a 2-to-1 Griffin redrive on it, chain. As long as you keep them under I think it was something like 250 horsepower and not a constant speed prop, you can get by with geared redrives, and but for the shock load of the higher horsepower and the constant speed prop and everything, you have to run a chain to have the reliability. Otherwise, a lot of them get eat up. And
with the quick changes in
Yeah,
RPM.
it's got to soak up all that load, and the gear to gear would not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but the chain, I think the redrive was 8,000 back then.
Nice.
Motor's
I
5.
was gonna say that was more than a motor.
Yeah, motor's 5, redrive's 8.
Wow.
Mustangs are pretty sought after, so going to air shows, and it's a big attraction, stuff like that. So
10 years of hard labor. Darn right you want to show that thing off and have some fun with it.
is that Copper State flying in, is that Colorado? He took it there, I think, 3 times. So he won Best of Show or Replica. I think there's a couple plaques for that or whatever. But
2004 Copper State Regional EAA biplane 10-9 for the 2/3 scale.
Oh, okay.
Just I was looking at something and it showed that when one of them was there, he did change out the picture at one point.
Nice. So we got the Mustang behind us.
mm-hmm.
We got the little EAA biplane here. We got the yellow Cub, the little mini Cub pup behind it. Then we've got the Luscombe, and then we've got the Jenny, and then the, what is that? I keep
The
forgetting.
SE5?
SE5. And then there was a few miscellaneous, like
A lot of
a
miscellaneous.
lot of miscellaneous stuff. We've agreed on a price.
Yes.
Sound good to you?
Sounds good to me. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Deal. Thank you. Which one should we fly out first? Put in the comments. Let me know. And let's just see which one we can actually fly out of here first. What do you guys think? These airplanes are pretty fantastic. But if you think these airplanes are crazy, you got to check out that video right there, because those airplanes did not go well. But it was a cool experience. Check it out.